Climate summit included negotiations and, of course, the discussions around climate action, the funding, and, of course, carbon credits. The legislature sought to know how to take advantage of carbon credits, not only to lower emissions, but also to create jobs and, of course, sustainability.
Climate change is a scientific issue which offers countless jargons. Carbon credit is one of them, but to break it down, these are activities that avoid, reduce, or remove emissions. More than 95% of carbon credits in the market fall under the first two categories, meaning that the projects result in fewer units of carbon in the system as compared to the baseline business as usual scenario.
Well, carbon credit is actually two things. One is it's a component of actual emissions and social impact. And, so a credit, when you buy a credit, what you're looking to do is remove carbon from the atmosphere and give back to the community that is helping to keep the planet together and keep, global warming hopefully below 1.5% by 2050.
Sync, a Kenya-based carbon offsets trading platform, says that this new venture will take advantage of resources we have and make a business case out of it.
There's been a lot of promise around financing coming to Africa. There have been numbers around 100 billion. And really what I think the African leaders have been saying is that very little of that has been seen on the ground. So I think it's very clear that we need to look for other innovative solutions to solve the financing gap for Africa.
And in the Nairobi declaration, leaders have asked for the adoption of carbon taxation. They hope that these will boost the fight against climate change, as this will see those that emit more carbon pay more for the loss and damages. Sync CEO Sudhu Aruguman says that Africa faces unique challenges in carbon trading, but that it is a sure way to help in dealing with climate change.
The declaration we make to the world today defines and amplifies the African position on the way forward in climate action and the fundamentals that the international community must attend to in order to ensure that humanity's economic and ecological imperatives are effectively, coherently, and sustainably achieved.
He says that to deal with carbon credit as a resource, clear policies backed with integrity is needed, and that governments, not only in Africa but around the world, need to address this.
Our expectations is that for them to create the right regulatory environment for this market to work. And the hope is that they don't over-regulate or under-regulate, but to create, help work with private institutions, private investors, to create the right trust and scheme for them to come into Kenya here and Africa generally.
Curtains have come down on the inaugural Africa Climate Summit, which has produced the Nairobi Declaration, a document that contains Africa's position and demands as it charts the way forward in addressing climate change. For KTN